Hey friend, I'm glad to see that you stopped by. This morning I was journaling and I was reminded of a story. It got me pumped up. Would you like to hear it? Great. So the story is of a friend. We were talking and I asked him, I said, tell me about a time that you accomplished something that you're very proud of. And how did you do it? Immediately, he took me back to junior high. He said, Chad, it was junior year. I've been playing baseball my whole life. And we had made it to the championship and lost. He said the team was devastated. Having played baseball their whole lives, most of these guys had grown up playing t-ball together. And they end up their junior year finally making it to state championships and lost. Have you ever lost something before when you've tried so hard? That's a tough feeling to deal with. But this dude understood something fundamental about failure, and that is it's a lesson if you would allow it to be. Sometimes it's a test asking you if you want the thing bad enough. And this dude said, you know, Chad, I wanted it bad enough. So when they got into the locker room, he rallied the team together and he checked in with them. Do you guys want it bad enough? We set out this year, we made it so far, but we didn't make it to winning the state championship title. And of course, these guys were like, yes, we definitely want to win the state championship title. So he said, okay, here's what we're going to do. They broke it down into 3 steps. We're going to connect, we're going to build a sense of camaraderie, and we are going to develop clear communication amongst us. So what does that look like? Connect. They decided on a weekly basis during the summer, without the coach present, right? Coaches, they're paid employees. They're not going to join you during the summer. But these guys were like, we want it bad enough that we're going to connect during the summer on a weekly basis, and we're going to practice consistently. Next, we're going to develop a stronger sense of camaraderie. They understood that great teams know how to gel together well because they know the people on the team outside of the context of just work or practicing, right? They know each other because they went to the lake together. They went to movies together. They had sleepovers. They went to house parties together. They learned who each other were in a safe environment outside of practice. And then finally, developing a strong sense of communication or a common language is something that happened naturally as they were able to connect on a regular basis and develop this sense of camaraderie. And the value of developing a clear common language or a good sense of communication is they could be vulnerable with each other. I need help. This isn't going well for me. They could be transparent with each other. Hey, I've tried this before. Maybe you could try it too. And they could also be candid without taking offense. Hey, I saw you did this wrong. Try this instead. By developing that communication style, by being able to have camaraderie and connecting on a regular basis, it should come as no surprise this team won the state championship title their senior year. But I had one more question for this dude. I was like, when you're telling me the story, what I keep on hearing is you really believed that you could do it. But he had also told me that this team hadn't won a state championship title for 20 years. I said, how did you believe? Like, where did that come from? No team at this school for men's baseball had won a state championship title for 20 years. What made you believe? And he said, oh, I forgot to tell you. 20 years prior, my dad was on that team. He was part of the state championship winning team. And I was like, yeah, that's an important part of the story. This dude grew up listening to his dad talk about that state championship title. He was raised in that same town where his dad grew up, likely hearing stories about this moment. When he finally got into high school, he could see the trophy case with his dad's picture winning the state championship title. He literally knew it was possible. And so he got motivated and rallied a group of people around a common goal that they accomplished together. I want to break down the brain science of this a little bit for you, just real quick. Don't go anywhere. I won't bore you for too long. There's a chemical in the brain called dopamine. It's known as the molecule of more. Dopamine is powerful when we set a future goal and we feel it inside. It's something that we really want. It develops a sense of intrinsic motivation that activates every part of our body to try to work in harmony to accomplish that goal. You've seen the people, when they believe in something, you can see it in their eyes, and it's infectious. It gets on us. It gets us excited to also accomplish a goal. That's what this man was able to do with his fellow teammates in junior high. He was able to get excited about something. They could see it in his eyes, and because he believed they could do it, he spread that belief across the team. And then a couple more brain chemicals kicked in as they developed a sense of camaraderie. That's oxytocin and serotonin. You can think of these brain chemicals as the ones that help us feel safe and like we belong. Another way to think of it is an invisible thread that weaves us together. And when it's directed by dopamine, it takes a team of people and it activates the quote, "We can go fast alone, but we can go far together." This morning, I looked up the word manage. Synonyms that I found with the word manage were to dictate, control, and dominate. Think about yourself for a minute, regardless of your position, whether you are a CEO of a major organization or you're just starting your first job. Do you like to be dictated, controlled, or dominated? When I think about this example of these junior high school boys, part of their decision that they made was to do practice in off season when the coach was not present. They didn't need someone dictating, dominating, or controlling what they did. They had a sense of intrinsic motivation in order to get it done. Today, when I log on to LinkedIn or really anything that has to do with business, I'm reading about people quietly quitting. I'm reading about how hard it is to get employees back to the office. I'm reading about how disengagement in the workplace is at an all-time high. And I can't help but wonder, is it the people that are the problem, or the systems that we are asking them to perform within? Anyways, I gotta go. Hey, remember, advice is like eating fish. You've got to pick out the bones. Have a good day.